Hey guys, welcome back to whatever this is. And on today's episode, this was an idea I saw floating around that I thought was a really more unique idea. So I thought I'd start the new year with this episode, as I do want to try and get more through my back catalog than I have in a while, as I've just kind of ignored it. I'm not really working in the shop anymore, so like me being on top of whatever the new game is doesn't matter anymore. Kind of a big plus. So I picked about 10 games here, actually exactly 10 games, and these are 10 games that I actually want to go through. So anyways, guys, I figure with this, I'm going to pick 10 games that I genuinely have wanted to get through my backlog. The point of this is you pick about 10 games, or whatever number you want, and you attempt to get through these games. So by doing this, it stops the paralysis of trying to choose something. It was something I saw on another video. I thought it was really good. I unfortunately cannot remember the name of the channel that gave it up, but I would recommend doing this, because even I've thought already, like, wow, this is really good. And then I was tweaking it right up to the point where I was shooting. So if you guys like this, I'd love to hear yours down below. But let's start with mine, as they're just going to kind of come out in any really random order. But we'll see how it goes and how I'm feeling throughout it. First game up is Metroid Samus Returns. I have beaten Metroid Dread. I loved it to pieces, and I did mean very shortly afterwards to actually go back and complete this one. I did start it. Unfortunately, it was just one of those times where like I was picking up games, but like I just really didn't have time, and like I'm starting to get time again. So this is one. Metroids, they're always good, doesn't matter which one. And I heard this was an excellent remake, and I know a few of my friends where this is like their personal favorite. Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King. After beating Dragon Quest XI, I was dying to actually play this game. But I couldn't quite get into the PS2 version. I have this weird thing sometimes where like if the game runs just like a little too slow for my liking, I just can't. And also the pickup nature of the 3DS, and especially being on a handheld, this is the perfect version for me. This is probably one of the harder to get 3DS games, but I just bought this when it came out. Like, I was like, oh, it's Dragon Quest, they're dumping 7 and 8, let's go, grab them. Because I worked at the store, so it was easy enough to just walk in, pre-order, have my coworker pre-order for me. But yeah, great game. If you haven't played it, I would check it out, but I've heard this is literally like the best Dragon Quest, and I beat 11, and I really like that one, so I'm hoping this one really does stand up to that. Next up, Pokemon Legends Arceus. This came out, and I really did want to play it. I kind of forget what it was going on at the time, but I know I just unfortunately did stop, which upset me, as I really did want to play it. Because I can't play Scarlet and Violet, I've decided that, yes, this is going to be one of those games that I complete this year. I swear. If I don't, oh well, there's no punishment. It's just, I really do want to complete this game. This next game is Atelier Ryza 2. I love this game, especially the first one too. That was a lockdown game for me. They're just so mellow, and they're such a good palate cleanser of an RPG, as you're just kind of collecting things. Like, the plot's always relevant, but like it's never like, oh my gosh, the world is going to end. I mean, it could change in the sequel, but from what I've heard, every Atelier Ryza game is just like super mellow. It's like really just a personal journey, man, and it's just a good time. Also, her nickname is Her Royal Finest, as if you've seen the art for this, which I'm probably going to show, yeah, her thighs are huge for some reason. So, hey, if you're cultured like me and enjoy really mellow RPGs, I would recommend these games, because they actually are really good, and the characters are really memorable, and I am looking forward to actually finishing this. I have already started this one, as this was like the first one on top of my list when I thought of this list. Psychonauts 2. I haven't really played this. I haven't even popped it in my system. I bought it because I knew I wanted it, and I knew it would be a hard game to get later, and kind of seeing where it's at now, I'm like, yeah, probably. I knew it would be like a one-print game, and that's it. And that's really all I've seen. It's done by IM 8-bit, so it'll be in print for a little bit longer. But yeah, Psychonauts 2, I know these are great RPGs. I heard this was literally one of the best games that came out, like, for the platformer in years, and it's just a very enjoyable experience and gets really into mental health. So that was one reason I wanted to check it out, but I really did enjoy the first one, and I'm hoping to really enjoy the sequel. Ape Escape 3, because for whatever reason I've never actually finished this one. I've constantly started it over and over, but like I've never actually beaten Ape Escape. I know this would be like a weekend game. You just catch monkeys, and it's a good time. As I loved Ape Escape 1, I love Ape Escape 2. I would like to finish Ape Escape 3, and then I will talk about all of catching the monkeys. If you've never checked these games out, they are super fun, and for whatever reason, Sony likes to pretend this series doesn't exist. But this is probably my favorite one. Really going back and playing them, as good as all the other ones are, but just the core gameplay loop of catching monkeys with the net is just absolutely fantastic. If you haven't checked out Ape Escape, these are good, but I do really want to finish this game. Alright, here's one that really fell by the wayside for me, and I just shelved it, and I played like half of it, and I gotta get back into this one. I've got to finish The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. I have beaten Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 multiple times. I've never actually completed The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. This game is fantastic. It is funny. It is kooky. And I could see why nobody bought it at the time, and it is crazy expensive. I got lucky and kind of bought the game in pieces, like from like 2007. I like bought the disc, and then I found a case, and then I found the demo, and it all just kind of came together to get a complete copy. This is one game I gotta finish. I played like half of it. I want to finish it. This will be one of the games I finish this year. Next up, Lunar 2. I do want to play this RPG. I have been wanting to play it for a very long time, as I've beaten the first game on the PSP, but everyone always told me just the way I like games, the way my playstyle is, I would probably really like 2 way more. And they're probably right. Like, I love the character designs in this one. I think the concept is a little bit cooler, or like she's crystallized. Like, I've seen the opening video where he's a dungeon explorer and stuff like that. It seems a bit more up my alley, and this game has received like less love than the first game. So I have always wanted to play Eternal Blue, and I'm gonna do it this year. This is like the one PlayStation RPG I would look at all the time and be like, I've got to finish that game. I swear. So this is going to be like one of the more priorities of the year, but I just don't want to swing this box around because it is quite heavy. This is a complete box. But yeah, Lunar 2, gotta play it this year. And the next game up would be Judgment. I bought this game twice. I bought it once on the PS4, then traded in and got the PS5 copy when it came out, and I'm like, now I'm going to play it. I played through, like, I think the first, 10 hours, and then again, I had a problem where I fell off again. I love the Yakuza series. I've heard this is equally as good. I gotta finish it. And I know I got the sequel as well. I picked up Lost Judgment. It's Yakuza, so I just bought it. I love the Yakuza series. This game is going to be just as good as those, and I know it. So, looking forward to playing this game at some point throughout the year. Alright, and the last game here, probably won't take me that long to finish, but Stray. I've got to play this game. I like cats. Like, everything I've seen about this game is, like, completely up my alley. It's just kind of goofy, interesting way of telling the story. And as I was saying before, at my end of the year, I just started playing it. Very fun. And again, if you like cats, you know cats' mannerisms really well. The fact that they got a lot of those down, like, really well is really funny to me. So I can't wait to actually put this disc in and finish it. So anyways, that's it for this week's episode. These are 10 games that I swear I'm going to play and finish this year. Odds are I'm not going to get to all of them. Hopefully the RPGs don't bog me down too much, but I am going to get through most of them, even if I get through 5. So at the end of the year, I guess we'll take a look, see what stuck, see what I played, and I'll come back to this maybe and give some thoughts on what was on this list, what I actually finished, what I actually played, and what were my thoughts at the time. Because I honestly think this is fun, and it's a weird way of kind of like jokingly holding me accountable for playing all these games. But we'll see what I can get done throughout the year. Very enjoyable picks, I think. Hopefully I didn't go too hard on the RPGs. But that's it for this week's episodes, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Be safe out there.